In this video, we'll be looking at three LOS. A. Demonstrate the application of the Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct to situations involving issues of professional integrity. B. Distinguish between conduct that conforms to the Code and Standards and conduct that violates the Code and Standards. And finally, C. Recommend practices and procedures designed to prevent violations of the Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct. Standard 3, Duties to Clients and Prospective Clients. Substandard C, Suitability. Standard 3C, Suitability. When members and candidates are in an advisory relationship with a client, they must A. Make a reasonable inquiry into a client's or prospective client's investment experience, risk and return objectives, financial constraints prior to making any investment recommendation or taking investment action, and must reassess and update this information regularly. B. Determine that an investment is suitable to the client's financial situation and consistent with the client's written objectives, mandates, and constraints before making an investment recommendation or taking investment action. And C. Judge the suitability of investments in the context of the client's total portfolio. And there's a second part to the standard for 3C, Suitability. Part 2 is when members and candidates are responsible for managing a portfolio to a specific mandate, strategy, or style, they must make only investment recommendations or take only investment actions that are consistent with the stated objectives and constraints of the portfolio. So some of the highlights with regards to this standard are developing an investment policy statement, understanding the client's risk profile, that's ability and willingness to take risk, updating an investment policy, the need for diversification, addressing unsolicited trading requests, and managing to an index or a mandate. Guidance for Standard 3C, Suitability. When in advisory relationship, gather client information at the outset and prepare the investment policy statement. Update the investment policy statement at least annually. Consider whether leverage or derivatives are suitable for the client. If managing a fund to an index or other mandate, invest according to the mandate. Recommended procedures for Standard 3C, Suitability. When formulating an investment policy statement for a client, know the client's return objectives. Some examples are capital preservation, capital appreciation, current income, or total return, and the client's risk tolerance, which is the ability and willingness to take on risk. Continuing with the recommended procedures, you need to determine the client's constraints, liquidity needs, legal, regulatory constraints, time horizon, tax considerations, unique circumstances and needs, and finally take into consideration the expected cash flows and the investable funds. And that's the last slide for Standard 3C, Suitability. Thank you.